awfully bright in here. I might be squinting the entire video. So hello and welcome back to my channel. If you do not know, my name is Ollie, and today's video, I think it'd be nice for us to sit together, have a catch up. I feel like I've done a lot of vlogs, a lot of concert vlogs, and then just like, I feel like I've been vlogging a lot, which don't get me wrong, I love vlogging, but also I feel like I haven't sat and chat with you guys and I like to do a regular catch up every so often, every few weeks, so we are on the same page of life. When the sun comes out, it is bright, I cannot lie. I'm currently in conservatory. These videos are like therapy to me. I just love sitting, chatting with you guys, asking you guys to ask me questions about life and everything. I will sit here and answer them. So let's jump straight into the video. So, how am I? First of all, how are you guys? I hope you guys are well. How am I? I'm good, I can't complain. I think I always say this, I'm always like, I can't complain because I can't. And I'm actually a lot happier now than I have been for a while. This year has been one of the weirdest years so far of my life. I am so happy right now, and things genuinely probably could not, well, things could always be better somehow, but like things right now are going so well. Yeah, I am so overwhelmed all the time at the moment, and I can't even explain it. Like, I am just, in my head, I'm just like this, that, this, blah, 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 and it's just like jumping around from different things constantly. You know what, I wouldn't have it any other way, because if I had nothing to do, I'd be bored and miserable, and I'd never think. So how am I? I'm good, thank you. I can't complain. I'm very happy. I'm very blessed. I'm feeling very lucky at the moment. I'll talk more about that in some other questions which you guys have asked. As a whole, I am good, thank you. Thank you for asking. Okay, so someone said, what's your next 5 months looking like? Well, that's a weird question. I've never been asked that. I'm not someone who plans my life. I mean, I like to plan a week in advance maybe, but I don't like to pre-plan too far because you never know where life's going to go and what's going to come out of the corner or whatever. For the next 5 months of my life, honestly, I don't know. I mean, actually, I just got off a meeting with, I'm not gonna say too much yet, which is super annoying, I know, but like, you guys will find out. If that happens, you guys will find out. I just got off a meeting with a company, brand thing. If, fingers crossed, things go well and we align, everything like that, the next 5 months should be very enjoyable, very exciting, is all I can say. The next 5 months, if what I think is going to happen happens, things, fingers crossed, will be a dream come true. So I don't honestly know, which is super annoying, but every time something happens, like actually is going to happen, like confirmed, you guys are always first to know. Join me for the ride, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna answer this one now just because you all asked. Okay, and I'm gonna be really annoying, but who is the guy you mentioned in the podcast? So if you listened to the Camping House podcast that I was on a week ago, 2 weeks ago, the topic of dating came up and I mentioned I was getting building permission for a new building. Obviously, building permissions and buildings are metaphors for men, or man. Some sort of relationship. I'm gonna tell you who it is. I'm not gonna put his name on the screen. I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm not even gonna say too much. I'm gonna just say, who is he? He's a sound guy. There's not much to say really. I mean, a fair few dates here and there, a fair few coming rounds and a fair few trips and whatnot. And even if I was officially dating someone, I wouldn't tell anyone for not a long time, but a fair bit of time, because like in my past relationship, I was very open about it and I started social media whilst I was in it, so naturally it was part of my life at the time, so I was very open about it. It was on my TikTok, it was on YouTube, it was on Instagram, like, and hopefully one day it'd be like that again if I was with someone. But for the beginning phase of just the beginnings of getting to know each other and getting to date and getting to know what's what and whatever, I think that side of it will stay somewhat private, because what will be, and I don't want that person who's like, I'm seeing someone new, and then it ends, and then I'm seeing, like, because one, I love being single, so for me to not be single and categorically about, guys, I'm not single anymore, will be a big day, because I am very content and happy being single, so it would be hard for me to not be single. How do you balance your life? You always seem so busy. Honestly, I don't know, because I agree, I do feel very busy. So like, if I was like balance my life, I'd be like, that Monday to Friday, I do like a marketing executive job where I'm also getting a qualification at the end of that. So that's the 8 till 4 hours done. Gym after work, social media before work, after work, weekends, social media and gym, and family and friends. So I don't know how I balance. Honestly, there's no rhyme or rhythm to my schedule of life. It's just, I just fulfill all my time with things. And it's really quite overwhelming, like, especially since moving out, I think it's even harder, which is weird. I don't know why it's harder, but it's harder to balance things now I've moved out with my friends, which I'm not complaining about. Like, I'm so grateful and so happy I did it. But balancing my life has become harder since living with friends, especially since more things are coming, and I'm so grateful, nothing's a complaint, but more is coming. And I'm still juggling and trying to find out a balance. So even if it looks like I've got my shit together and like a good timeline, a good schedule, I really don't. I just do things when I can. I do it when I've got the chance and the availability, and that's just how it works. Someone said, how do you know if you're ready for a relationship? That is a good question. Honestly, I don't know, because there's been times since being single where I'm like, oh, I think I'm ready for one. Then I'll start trying to where I'm like, you know what, I'm really not ready yet because I enjoy being single too much, or I want to work on this still, or X, Y, Z. I don't think there is ever going to be a time where I personally am like, okay, I am ready for one now, because I love love, but I also love my love, and I love my time, and I love my space. So I don't know if I'm ready for a relationship. But I do think you'll know if someone good comes along, you'll just want to spend more time with them, and you'll want to be with them, and you'll want to experience things with them, and things like that. You'll want to do that. And even though you may not be ready for a relationship, in your head, you kind of feel that I'm not ready for one, but also I'm ready for this person. I think that's how I see it in my head. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I don't know if that's really unhealthy, healthy, I don't know. But that's how I view things. Like, I'm not like, oh, I'm not ready, or oh, I am ready now, because there's always things I could do more being single. There's always things I could work on, so I don't know. So I thought, how is the house? The house is amazing. I do plan on doing a house tour. I really do. I really would love to do a house tour. It's just, one, there's been no time for a house tour right now. Plus, there's always people in our house. We are such a social hub off a house that it is quite difficult, and there's always either friends around, partners, family. There's always someone in our house, and not that that means I can't film, but also there's a time and a place, and like, I also want it to be clean and just like looking nice, and you know. So how's the house? The house is amazing. Like, I've genuinely loved it. But first, I'm actually gonna do how long have I lived here now? Nearly 4 months. When it gets to 4 months, I might do a house Q&A or something like that, or a house tour with a Q&A in it or something like that. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to talk about all the things I've felt and gone through whilst living here, because there's been a lot of emotion. I think it'd be good to talk about that. But the house is really good, thank you very much. So moving on, someone's put, what is it you're working on, brackets, said in pod. So this is in reference to the podcast, which I mentioned earlier, Camp Cows. At the end of it, I hinted that I was working on something. In hindsight, I shouldn't have said, but I did. And not that I shouldn't have said it, like, I'm perfectly in my right to say it, it's my thing. But I don't know when or if it's gonna come out. In a perfect world, it'd be out this year. But it's something which is so personal to me, and so transparent and emotional and revealing. I don't want to put it out just for the sake of putting it out. I just want it to really be what it is meant to be, and to tell a story, or to tell my side of a story that I've not been able to, I feel like. Yeah, and I don't want to say too much about it. I don't want to give anything away. It's something which is very on brand to me. Fingers crossed, because I really, really want this to happen, because I'm really proud of it already. So anyway, my birthdays. So just about, what's your favourite social media to be on? I think the YouTube community, like you guys, are always a lot softer and calmer. It just feels like a lot calmer. My YouTube to me feels like a lot of a calmer space, one which is more supportive, and just like, it feels like a warm, safe space, YouTube to me. Don't know why, but it just does. Instagram, I say Instagram's probably my least favourite place, but also I love Instagram. I do love Instagram, but it might be one of my least favourites to be active on. And I think it's going to be the filtered Instagram, like the aesthetic of the grid posts and all of that. I'm not naturally that bothered about looking my best always, and like choosing the best pictures to match the grid feed. I don't love that. For me, I much prefer natural realness. Like YouTube and TikTok, for me, I'm very natural. I don't even think about the aesthetic of things, like, really, and all that. Whereas Instagram, it's an aesthetic place, and to do the Instagram right, you have to be the aesthetic, and you have to look good, and you have to do whatever. It's probably my least favourite. So TikTok and YouTube are two of my favourite, because TikTok, I'm completely myself. TikTok's fun, it's quick, it's so interactive, because it's just so quick, and the comments and whatever, and it's just literally there. So TikTok and YouTube, it probably goes TikTok, YouTube, Instagram for me, I think. I mean, I love all three of them, like, completely love all three of them. They're literally my babies. Okay, I'm gonna only answer a few more, because this is meant to be like how's life and chatty catch up, but oh, do you know what I'm obsessed with right now? This isn't a question at all. Do you know what I'm obsessed with right now? Twilight. Me and Meals over the Easter bank holiday watched all of the Twilight, so all Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, Bring Part 2. So all 5 Twilights we watched on the Easter bank holiday, and then it was like 7 PM, I was laid there, and I was like, I really want to read the books. So I just got in my car and drove to Trafford Centre and managed to find Twilight and New Moon, so the first and second book, thank God. So I'm about to finish the first book, then I'm going to read New Moon, and then I'm going to get the other books. But right now, I am so obsessed with Twilight, and we've just announced a TV series of Twilight, so I can't wait for that. Twilight right now, I'm obsessed with, guys. Like, it's kind of just overruling my brain always. It's all I think about. Like the soundtrack I'm always listening to, I'm reading the books. Final question, what are we gonna go with? What are you gonna go with? What are you gonna go with? What 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 you gonna go with? So this one, I think is interesting. One might not ever talk about really. It's how do brands and social work for you? So I assume that means the kind of work side of social media and brand work and things like that, which I think is really interesting actually, and something I really quite enjoy talking about actually. So, sorry, my knee's out, my little knobbly knee. So for me, currently, it works where it's just me. Social works with I create content as and how and when I please, and I post it as and how and when I please, and it's just all me right now. I've never emailed brands, they've emailed me, and then so they'll email me, contact me saying, hey, we want to work with you guys, we want to work with you, and I'm like, great, amazing, what kind of thing are you considering? And they'll send me the brief or the campaign or whatever, and they'll say we want a TikTok, we want an Instagram, we want a story, blah blah blah, and I'll say great, here are my rates, and then they'll say great, and then I'll say great, and then it's all great, and then we film content. And yeah, that's kind of how it works. I actually use my oldest brother Joe quite a lot with work business side of social media, which is really helpful, and like everything that comes through, I'll text him and I'm like, no, what do you think about this? Or man, they've reached out, or this and that. And well, him and Meals are the 2 people I kind of go to. More business stuff I go with Joe, but then it's like opinions and stuff I go with Meals as well. They're kind of like, it's like an internal team I've got. And yeah, that's it really. That is my life right now, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for asking, and thanks for loving, because I just feel like every now and again I need to sit and chat down a video like this. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash a like button, subscribe to the channel down below, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Thank you.